Hello and thanks for staying with us. Nigerian Customs Service speaks on overtime cargo as approved by the Nigerian government. Also on customs report, some customs command all over the country decorate newly promoted officers in their zone. Plus, more report. I am Igiseme Edinye. Stay tuned. The federal government has extended overtime cargo from 90 days to 120 days in the country. The Controller General of Customs made this announcement in Lagos while speaking with stakeholders in the Port Complex, the premier port. He said that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to promote overtime cargo policy as approved by government.
On a bid to decongest the nation's ports and boost transparency, the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS) has introduced an automated system for clearing overtime cargo at the nation's ports. The new measure, according to the NCS, aims to streamline clearance process, reduce human interface, and ensure transparency in the disposal of overtime cargo. Under the new system, the NCS says consignees can now apply for an additional 90-day extension as provided by Section 30, subsection 1 of the NCSA 2023 after the initial deadline of 30 days cargo dwell time. The NCS explained that after this extended period, any uncleared goods will be subject to the new automated disposal process to create space for new imports and prevent subsequent port congestion. Speaking at the sensitization exercise for stakeholders, including customs brokers, terminal operators, and consignees in Lagos, Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi revealed that more than 50% of the daily complaints he receives are related to the management of overtime cargo.
Imports are very important for our economy. They are help for productions. When our manufacturers get into their factories, they need a lot of inputs for manufacturing. They are necessary for management of very critical projects. And then, of course, generally for the economic development of the country. So we are therefore committed to the environment under which all of this are done. We are more interested in exiting these cargoes from our ports rather than managing them as overtime. We really would not, if we have a choice, we would rather get all of this out of our ports because of those three reasons that I have stated. And everything that we've tried to do is to make sure that we have our process facilitated so that the costs and the time it takes us for bringing these cargoes out of the port will be reduced. One of the things that I have done was to set up specialized desks at headquarters and in different commands to manage imports done by government and government agencies. We don't want those projects, we don't want those imports to stay one day longer in our ports. Projects that addresses issues of the power infrastructure, road infrastructure, public health, education, all of those projects are very vital to the delivery of the dividends of democracy to Nigerians. And we will not want them to be abandoned in the port, to stay a day longer than in our ports. And irrespective of their status, the directive I always give to all our controllers is that they must waive all processes and procedures and ensure that those consignments are taken out of our ports. The same goes for consignments imported by members of the organized private sector and Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and other organized groups. We know that through these imports, they reflate our economy, and we don't want them to be delayed in our port. We also give reference to our embassies and consignments that are imported by international organizations, missions, and diplomatic agencies. So we also have a special desk that has been created for them. So I need to state it here for Nigerians. I need to reiterate and re-emphasize the fact that revenue is not the aim, is not the objective of what we are doing. We have the objective of injecting transparency, of reducing corruption, of making the system more efficient. The objective that we do not have in mind in putting this system is revenue. And I just give you an example. In 2024, our revenue profile rose to 6.3 trillion naira, less than 1% of that.
To ensure critical imports are not delayed, Adeniyi said the NCS has created specialized desks to manage consignments for government agencies, the private sector, and diplomatic missions.
We are very wary of two groups of people. The first, the self-styled experts who have been in the business for quite some time and who will come and pick hole in whatever innovation that we try to put in place. Our answer to them will just be for us to ensure that the system works. Once the system works, we will have given them an effective answer. They talked about Bodogu, they took Bodogu to the cleaners, and some of the issues that they have raised, we have used them to strengthen the Bodogu system. And I'm happy that they can no longer talk about those problems now. The second group of people, we know them, are criminals who will want to exploit this system to their advantage. We will also look out for them. The system has been configured in such a way to shut out those who do not have legitimate claims to the consignment. But all the same, we will be on the lookout. We will get our intelligence units to take a close look at it. And because we want progress from this, we will not allow those criminal elements to hijack the process and create an obstacle to the progress that we all sincerely desire.
Stakeholders present at the meeting include the Vice President of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, ANCA, Prince Segun Odunton, commended the initiative, saying it will help alleviate port congestion.
With what I've been seeing about the present CGC, it takes into consideration more of engagement so that everybody will be on the same page. It's a beautiful one. Unlike in those days when programs will just be rolled out without the input of the stakeholders, I think that has been the thing of the past. This is beautiful.
With what is happening right here, it will not allow two people dragging for one auction because it's going to be on e-process. And this will definitely solve that problem out. And also, certainly, this will also help to put the importers on their toes because some bring in their consignment and they are not effective in terms of clearing it on time and thereby lead to congestion in the port.
The newly promoted Assistant Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service in charge of PTLM has officially handed over to a new controller in office. He added to the new controller saying that the Nigerian Customs Service started B. Odogu in the command when the CG came last year to commission the project.
The Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, has appointed Comptroller Joe Anani as the new Customs Area Controller, CAC, of the Ports Terminal Multi-Services Limited, PTML Command, following recent deployments approved by the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, at a brief handover ceremony and pledged to build on the successes achieved by his predecessor, particularly in revenue collection, trade facilitation, and anti-smuggling operations. He commended the rollout of the Unified Customs Management System, UCMS, popularly known as B. Odogu, under Daniel's leadership, describing it as a landmark reform that must be further improved.
As a team, we sustained the fastest cargo clearing time of 2 hours for compliant rural consignment, making us a shining model for time release study even before it was formally launched. My stay here cannot end without mentioning the legacy project of the Nigerian Customs Service as part of the innovation that Bashir Adewale Adeni brought into fore. I'm talking of Bodogu, that is this UCMS Bodogu project. Is a defining project for the entire Nigerian Customs Service, in the sense that if it has failed, then Nigerian Customs Service has failed. You imagine the shoulder of the millions of Nigerian Customs personnel that you carry on your shoulder. When you know that any action, whatever you say, whatever you do, accounts much, is translated when it's extrapolated, because if you say no, that is bad, it is bad. But we thank God that with the strong men and women I have with me, we never had a map, we never had a template. But all the same, we went on the sea, we sailed. And we thank God today, we give glory to God that we arrived safely. And because we arrived safely, we had the audacity, the Nigerian Customs Service Management had the audacity to roll out in 34 commands all at once. It's because we became the template that is being used. We thank God for God using us as a testament, using us as those instruments that He used to write on the sands of time that history will remember us for. Thank you, God. I will say thank you. I ever be grateful to God that made it possible, that all of us here are part of that history. On my assumption as the custom area controller, I promised to implement in total the CG's tripod policy trust of consolidation, collaboration, and innovation. I am glad to inform you that we have consolidated by achieving our revenue targets, and in some cases even surpassing it, due to increase in the new generation efforts of the command, such as the coming in of the vessels from China and the Far East, which was a milestone in our trade facilitation drive. I also recall that the celebrated MV Cotonou was the first direct container roll-on roll-off to offer a 27-day transit service from Shanghai, starting in May, we started in May 2025. The MV Great Cotonou arrival launched a new direct shipping route between China and Nigeria, significantly reducing transit times and logistics costs. Our collaboration with our strategic partners and esteemed stakeholders in the command yielded increased compliance and safeguarded the nation from uncustomed goods. In the area of innovations, implementation of trade facilitation tools such as authorized economic operators, time release studies, advanced ruling, and unified customs system Bodogu has engendered trade facilitation in the command. I'm grateful to God and the CGC for choosing PTML under my watch as a pilot command for the implementation of the service legacy project. Bodogu as the new cargo clearance system, which has today stand as the only credible customs payment platform, which has brought about accelerated cargo delivery and significantly reduced turnaround times as a result of the success recorded. It has been replicated across all commands in the country. It was not an easy journey, but we stood our ground. We thank God for the resilience of Nigerians that believe in homegrown products, that believe that we can do it, that we can do spirit that's in Nigeria. Here is a testament that was highly exhibited. That is why today we can boldly say Bodogu has succeeded. We congratulate all Nigerians for believing in us, believing in the dream of the CGC, believing that yes, something good can actually come out of Nigeria.
The new CSC highlighted compliance as the backbone of efficient port operations. He noted that PTML currently holds a record of releasing compliance roll-on, roll-off consignments within 2 hours, and hinted at the possibility of achieving even faster clearance with great stakeholder cooperation. Reaffirming the CGC's policy, Comptroller Anani vowed to enforce zero tolerance for smuggling at PTML. He assured stakeholders of its accessibility both physically and virtually, encouraging open engagement to improve efficiency.
While thanking God and the CDC, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi Emefa, for the opportunity to serve here, let me state that our journey to succeed must remain a collective task. I'm not here to do it alone. No man is an island. I hereby call on all custom officers, sister government agencies, private sector, stakeholders, and the press to support me in our goal to sustain PTML as a model port of excellence, known for security, efficiency, diligent trade facilitation. I observe that we don't have crisis here because of the leadership. I pray that that crisis will never come, even under my leadership. Oga has been very nice. He knows how to manage crisis. I pledge to build and improve on the gains achieved by my predecessor in the area of faster cargo clearance, which aligns with the time release studies program. I'm aware that this command holds an outstanding record of 2 hours cargo release time for compliant rural consignment. Under my watch, we could even do it 1 hour by grace of God, by God's grace. With God, all things are possible. You see, every father, every husband wish his son should do more than him. I believe our SCG has given us that prayer. He has prayed that he will always stand by us, that he will never be far from us. Thank you very much, sir. With improved compliance and efficient system, we can do less than 2 hours. Compliance as the key to trade facilitation is critical for smooth port operation. It ensures adherence to regulations, reduces delays, mitigates risk, and fosters trust among trading partners.
With Comptroller Nani now at the helm, PTML is expected to consolidate its position as a model command for security efficiency and diligent trade facilitation.
You are watching the program Customs Report.
The Nigerian National Single Window (NSW) project is moving steadily towards operational target of early 2026, following a series of high-level meetings at the Customs headquarters in Abuja. The project, launched by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in April 2024, is a flagship initiative designed to simplify trade procedures, improve transparency, and deliver economic benefits to the nation. At the August 12th review meeting, key stakeholders, including the Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi, the Executive Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS), Zak Adedeji, and the Director of the National Single Window, Tola Fakolade, pledged to strengthen interagency collaboration. The discussion centered on aligning integration timelines and ensuring agencies are ready before the first quarter 2026 deadline. On the 16th of September 2025, Adedeji and Mr. Fakolade revisited Customs headquarters for a follow-up session where the FIRS chairman expressed satisfaction with the pace of work. He commended the Customs management for their cooperation and noted that the progress reflects a strong will to deliver on the President's mandate. In his briefing, Fakolade approved a joint venture for broad stakeholder engagement sessions to be held across the 4 zones of the country in October 2025. He also confirmed that bi-weekly technical meetings will continue to address operational challenges and streamline integration processes. In his remarks, CGC Adeniyi assured that the service remains fully committed to the project, emphasizing that Customs is not only meeting its technical responsibilities, but also driving the broader vision of creating a seamless trade ecosystem. The NSW, when fully operational, is expected to cut down cargo clearance times, lower trade costs, curb revenue leakages, and position Nigeria as a more competitive player in global trade. With the renewed momentum and stronger agency partnerships, the project is on track to deliver lasting economic impact.
The newly appointed ACG in charge of Zone A has officially decorated newly promoted officers in the zone. Some of the decorated officers started from the rank of Assistant Controller, Deputy Controller, and also to Full Controller. 18 controllers were decorated in the zone alone.
The atmosphere was electric at the Customs Training College, Ikeja, with scores of elated senior customs officers who scaled the promotion interview earlier this year, were decorated with their new ranks as the zonal coordinator, ACG Babandede, charged that their new ranks come with a lot of challenges: improve revenue generation and ensure maximum legitimate trade facilitation.
Is good because to whom much is given, much is also expected. You are promoted, definitely your morale will be high, you will be happy, your family members will be happy, therefore much is expected from you. If you are doing 1 plus 1, from today you should do 2 plus 2. It means more effort. You should work on trade facilitation. You should work on generation of more revenue to the government so that services and infrastructures will be used, or the money will be used to build infrastructures. And also, you should work on anything that will jeopardize public health and safety or compromise our national security.
Almost 500 persons, among them 18 new comptrollers of customs, were decorated at the jumbo tent erected at the main bowl of the training college.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Kano and Jigawa Command has also decorated officers promoted by the Nigerian Customs Service in the state. So the Customs newly promoted officers should continue to implement government policies to the latter.
Remember, one important leadership lesson in one's life endeavor, is titles and positions mean little or nothing unless they are backed by personal discipline, moral strength, and intellectual capacity. Therefore, I urge you, do not relent and do not be deceived by their current rank. Improve their capacity and efficiency wherever you find yourself at the next AOI. Let me at this juncture draw your attention to the fact that you should not expect a reward because of this new promotion, but rather a result. We're expecting you and your next responsibility to be result-oriented.
Your guidance, support, encouragement inspire us to serve with even greater commitment and integrity.
He made the appeal while also decorating other officers also promoted by the service. The national president of NAGAF has commended NPA for dropping 5% of port charges in the country.
President and National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF, Chief Tochukwu Ezisi, the National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF, has applauded the Nigerian Ports Authority, NPA, and Truck Transit Parks Limited, TTP, for their role in significantly reducing gridlock along Apapa and Tinkan port corridors, describing their efforts as a major boost to trade facilitation and national economic growth.
Within the period under review, the NAGAF Cargo Watch eyewitness account can authoritatively report the positive outcome of improved traffic management in the Apapa and Tinkan Island port corridors. This is a direct result of the federal government traffic management reform policy aimed at facilitating the smooth flow of freight and logistics operations. We are reliably informed that TTP Limited has successfully processed approximately 2.7 million port-bound and non-port-bound truck movement through the EDO traffic management system. Over the past 49 months, under the supervision of the NPA, TTP Limited has contributed to a 65% reduction in the cost of transporting cargo to and from the Lagos ports. The typical turnaround time for truck entering and exiting Apapa and Tinkan ports has reduced drastically from 2 to 3 weeks to less than 3 days. Significant improvement has also been recorded in cargo evacuation from both Apapa and Tinkan Island, two of Nigeria's major industrial centers. Whereas fewer than 50 trucks could be evacuated daily in the pre-ATO era, the FMCG and oil and gas industries can now evacuate over 400 trucks per day.
While commending NPA, TTP, and the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy for their achievements, NAGAV urged government to consolidate these gains by ensuring consistent monitoring, sustained investment, and strong political will to maintain state standards.
Just before the end of this week edition of the program Custom Support, we brought you a report where a lot of officers were decorated by the various commands in the country, since they were elevated by the management of Nigerian Customs Service. For me, Igiseme Ejie, thanks for watching.